Rasulillah.
Recording.
Hadith which is in the Bukhari. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Kullu ma'ruf sadaqah." Kullu ma'ruf sadaqah. This hadith is in the Bukhari. Kullu ma'ruf. Kullu means all, totality. Ma'ruf means any type of goodness, any type of service, any type of pleasurable thing, any type of good in al-Islam. The Prophet ﷺ said sadaqah. It is an act of charity. It is an act of charity. From amongst the acts of charity in the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is to smile when you see the Muslim. Not to frown when you see the Muslim, but to smile. And that's why the next hadith on the authority of Abu Dhar, he said that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "La takiranna shay'in min al-ma'ruf," or kama qal, do not belittle anything from the good deeds. Do not belittle anything from the good deeds, from the ma'ruf. He said, "Walau talqa wajh." Even if it be someone coming with a pleasant face, don't make light of it. Because coming with a pleasant face, smiling when you see somebody, greeting the Muslim with a nice, warm smile and gesture is ma'ruf. It's a good deed. That's what Salam said, "Kulla ma'ruf and sadaqah." Every good deed. Every good deed. And if we go back to the hadith that we took, where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Min al-kaba'iri shatama ar-rajulu walidayhi." From the major sins that a man will insult, defame, degrade, disgrace, curse, make bad actions and statements towards his own two parents. Qila hal yasubbu rajul walidayhi. They said, "O Messenger of Allah, you mean to tell me a man would really do that to his two parents?" As the word waliday means your mother and your father. The Prophet said, "Nah, it will happen." Yasubbu rajulu walidayhi. A man will insult, belittle, defame, curse, embarrass his own parents. Then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Yusubbu Abu Rajul Abu." A man will insult another man's father, for Yusubbu Rajulu Abah. So that man will turn around and insult that man's father back. For Yusubbu Ummuhu, and that man will insult a person's mother. For Yusubbu wa Yusubbu Ummah, and that man who insulted somebody's mother, then his mother is going to be insulted. And we said from this hadith, we learn the principle, sadda dhari'ah, to keep doors shut to problems. Don't do something that will cause another problem. And if you look at the statement of the Prophet ﷺ in this hadith, Abi Sayyid al-Khudri, "Kullu ma'ruf and sadaqat." Kullu ma'ruf sadaqat. This is a tremendous statement, and it goes with this hadith, keeping doors of evil shut. Kullu ma'ruf sadaqat. Every good deed, big, small, to your neighbor, to your children, to your parents, to your wife, the non-Muslim, the Muslim alike, at work, at home, at school. Kullu ma'ruf and sadaqat. Every good deed is an act of charity. You will be benefited by it in this life. You will receive goodness from it while you are alive, and when you die in your grave and on the day of judgment. Lana kulla ma'ruf and sadaqat, because every good deed is an act of charity. And the Prophet said, "La tahqiranna shay'in min al-ma'ruf." Don't belittle anything. Don't treat anything from the good deeds as something insignificant. Why? Because the hadith before, the Prophet said, Kulla ma'rufin sadaqat. Every good deed is an act of charity. Every good deed is an act of charity. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, al-Latif al-Khabir, the one who gives and he's concerned and he's aware, he gives up so much to the human being. He gives up so much to the human being. And we disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah forgive us. Ameen. But he still gives us. And that's because he is the one who does not deplete him when he gives. Does not make him poor, make him less of a king or owner when he gives. Likewise, for us, when we give, we benefit, we grow, we enhance, as these are issues again of the heart, issues of Iman, issues that make you feel good about being a Muslim, issues that should make you wonder how it's going to be when you reach the grave. Or you're going to have good deeds, as every good deed is a charity, or you're going to have bad deeds. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Kulla ma'rufin sadaqah." Kulla ma'ruf sadaqat. Everybody say kulla. 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 Ma'ruf. Ma'ruf. Sadaqah. Sadaqah. Every good deed is an act of charity. And wallahi, from the good deeds is to keep doors of evil shut. To keep the doors of evil shut. Ala sabili mithal. If you know that something makes your husband upset, and then that thing is going to make him call names, disrespect, slam doors, and you have another way that you can do that action or something else you can do rather than that action, then to keep that door to that evil is an obligation. To keep that door closed to evil is an obligation. Likewise, if it's something you see and you want to correct, but correcting it is going to make a bigger problem, then you leave that evil alone and you get away from it. You don't correct it. While the Muslim has been commanded to correct evil if they can. Likewise, if a man wants to get married, wala hawla wala quwwata illa billah, and he knows he owes his wife. I have a wife, want to get married. This is in the religion Allah allowed it. It is not the right of a man. As many brothers that say this is the right of a man to marry more than one wife. هذا كذب على الله كذب على رسول كذب في دين الله سبحانه وتعالى. This is a blatant lie upon Allah, a blatant lie upon the messenger, a blatant lie in the religion. Something that's a right, that means you have to have it. It's a need. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala will punish you if you don't do it. So is there anyone in his right mind after Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said, فَانْكِحُوا مَا طَابَ لَكُم مِّنَ النِّسَاءِ, and marry of the women of your choice. مَثْنَى وَثُلَاثَ وَرُبَاعَ, 2, 3, or 4. وَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ أَلَّا تَعْدِلُوا فَوَاحِدَةً أَوْ مَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُكُمْ. And if you fear, here if you fear also means if you know that you won't do right. If you fear that you won't give the right to that lady, if you fear, if you know you're going to be harmful to that lady, فَوَاحِدَةً أَوْ مَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُكُمْ, then stay with that one wife. Some women, they translate this, they rush to say, Allah said only have one. This is not the meaning either. If you know you're going to do some harm, if you know you're going to mistreat the first wife as a result of getting a second wife, and this happens a lot. The brother, he marries another wife. Rule number 1, you shouldn't cross over from one house to another with information. You shouldn't go to house number B and tell her about house number A. And you shouldn't go to house number A and tell her about house number B. La yajuz. This is backbiting. This is tail carrying. This is belittling. This is disrespect. No. Rule number 2, you cannot compare. Well, that wife, she is not fat like you, for example. Or that wife, her hair is nice. You need to get your hair done. You cannot do it. It is prohibited. Therefore, if that person knows that he has inside of him, and everyone knows his tendencies, that he's going to do that to the wife that he has when he marries another wife, then Allah said, "When khiftum alla ta'dilu fawahidatan." Naam, he got to be patient, be grateful, stay with what he has, because it's going to cause a door to be open that shouldn't be open. He's going to cause hostilities, enmity, anger, and moreover, what if the brother never gave that wife who he is with her sadaq, marriage gift? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, akhrajahu Imam al-Tabarani fi silatin rijal thiqat, in a chain that is authentic, that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wa ala alihi wasallam قال أيما رجل يتزوج مرأة أو أيما رجل يتزوج امرأة. Any man that marries a lady, pay close attention. Does it make a difference how much money you have? Does it make a difference your status, who you are, your skin color, your tribe, how many people know you, how famous you are, how rich, how poor, you Arab, you non-Arab, you white, you black? Doesn't make a difference. Prophet said, أيما رجل, any man, يتزوج لمرأة, he is marrying a lady, على أقل صداق أو كثر, based upon the agreement, no matter how little or much he's going to give her for her sadaq. The sadaq in Arabic, Allah mentioned this in the Quran. وَآتُوا النِّسَاءَ صَدَقَاتِهِنَّ نِهْلَةً, and give the women, Allah said, sadaqat, in some ayats talking about charity. Here, Allah is talking about the woman's gift. He called it sadaqah. And here the Prophet ﷺ mentioned sadaq. Same word, different type of verb scale. And the origin of sadaqah and sadaq comes from the word sidq, truthfulness. Therefore the ulama, they said the reason Allah used this word to talk about what you give a lady in marriage is to show how truthful you are as it relates to wanting to marry that lady. How truthful you are when it comes to giving that lady her right. وَمِنْ أَوَّلَ مَاذَا حَقُوقِهَا الصَّدَاقِ, and from the first rights of the lady, her marriage gift. The Prophet, he said, أَيُّمَا رَجُلًا, any man, يَتَزَوَّجَ لِمَرْأَةٍ, he marries a lady, على أقل صدقة, على أقل صداق أو كثر, based upon whatever little bit or a lot they agree upon, وَلَمْ يَأَدِّي إِلَيْهَا حَقَّهَا, and he doesn't give her her right. He doesn't give her that marriage gift. لَقِيَ اللَّهُ تَبَارَكُ وَتَعَالَى, لَقِيَ اللَّهُ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ زَانًا, he will meet Allah on the day of judgment like a man who made adultery. Serious hadith. Serious injunction. While Tabarak wa Ta'ala has made it easy in this religion. Give them of their marriage gift. Now, and this, wallahi, min al-ma'roof. This is something of the good deeds. And the Prophet, he said, La tahkaranna shay'an min al-ma'roof. Don't belittle anything from the good deeds, from the ma'roof. وَكَمْ مِنْ رِجَالٍ يَحْقَرَنَّ هذا الشيء وهو من أعظم معروف. How many of the brothers play with this issue while it is from the greatest of ma'roof, from the greatest of deeds, to give the lady a marriage gift? Prophet said a man's going to meet Allah on the day of judgment like a man who made adultery. While you live with that wife as if she's your wife. While you eat, you sleep, You may have children. You're going to come Yawm al-Qiyamah like she was a girlfriend. You're going to come Yawm al-Qiyamah like she was a lady in the club. You're going to come Yawm al-Qiyamah like you picked a hooker up off the street. Because you didn't give her haqq. وَلَمْ يُؤَدِّ إِلَيْهَا حَقَّهَا. Didn't give her her right. Laqi Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala Yawm al-Qiyamah zana. You're going to meet Allah as an evil man on the day of judgment. Imam Fuzan, Imam Muhammad Salih Uthaymin, and other than them, they said this man who doesn't give the lady her right, meaning her marriage gift, they said two things. Either he intended in his heart, but he died, he didn't fulfill it. He's still going to be raised on the day of judgment as a adulterer. Or he didn't give it to her, and he knew inside, I'm not giving her nothing. He never said it, but he kept it in his heart. Imam Fawzan, he said, that man, he has made khiyana, treachery to his wife. Wal ghish, and deception to his wife. While the Prophet ﷺ mentioned from the types of leaders, لِيَكُونُ أُمَرَاء سَيَكُونُ أُمَرَاء فُسِقًا جَرًّا. Prophet said there will be people who are in charge. Now this word umara, normally they use it for people in the government, people who are officials. But look, Imam al-Dahabi, he brought it in the chapter of Ghish al-Imam, Ghish al-Imam, Ghish al-Imam al-Ghasha li-riayatihi wa-dhulm wa-jabbar. The chapter of the Imam who is deceitful to those who are under his charge. He is an oppressor, and he is someone using his authority in the wrong way. Now look, the Prophet ﷺ, he said in the Bukhari Muslim from the hadith of Ibn Umar, كُلُكُمْ رَاعٍ, all of you are shepherds. وَكُلُكُمْ مَسْئُولٍ, and you will be questioned on رَعْيَتِهِ, on what he is responsible for. And that same hadith, the Prophet mentioned Imam. The man is Imam of his house. So Imam, Ra'an, or Umaram, or a Malakul Jabbar, a man who's a king, or the one who possesses something, and he's oppressive with that thing, it's all inclusive when we talk about the man. It's all inclusive when we talk about somebody being in charge. Rasulullah said there will come people, leaders. There will be Fusaq, Jawran. Fusaq means somebody he knows better. Fusaq means somebody he knows better. He knows right from wrong, but stubbornly he follows what he likes to follow. This is the meaning of Fusaq, from the word fisqa. As the ulama, like Muhammad ibn Abu Bakr, Muhammad ibn Bakr al-Razi'i, Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr, Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr al-Razi, in his Arabic dictionary, he's from the ulama, he has a dictionary called Mukhtasihah. He said, fisq, the word fisq in Arabic that Allah used, he said this word fisq means someone ya'rifu haq, he knows the truth. وَيُخَالِفَهُ أَنَائِدْ, and he goes against it stubbornly, knowing that it's wrong. This is the meaning of fisq. So when we say, the Prophet ﷺ said the leader is going to be fusaq, it's not that they don't know. A lot of times they know. As Allah said, وَأَنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ, while you know better. But they're following their desires. Then the Prophet ﷺ, he said, Jawran. Jawran is another word for dhulam. Or a person who is a dhalim. He is an oppressor. He's oppressing those people. Then the Prophet ﷺ, he said, and the one who aids him, in his evil. But before that, the Prophet ﷺ said, وَمَنْ كَتَّبَ يصدق بكذبهم, and whoever believes in those type of leaders, the lies that they tell. Because the issue of oppression, which is part of the opposite of giving the ma'ruf to the person, the issue of using your power in the wrong way, which is the opposite of ma'ruf, doing good. The issue of being a tyrant also has to be coupled with lying to that person, lying to the people. That's what the Prophet ﷺ said. Whoever believes him in his lies, or anahu ala dhulmihim, and you help them in their evil, you won't drink from the hawd on the day of judgment. You won't drink from the Prophet's place of drinking on the day of judgment. And we know the Prophet ﷺ in the Bukhari and Muslim, the people are going to come on the day of judgment to drink. Imagine it's hot outside. It's only one water fountain, and you're standing for hours. You feel like you're going to faint. Then you get to the front of the line to drink, and they said, no, you can't go beyond this line. Get back. You said, wait a minute, what are you doing? I was in line. All I wanted was a drink. They said, no, get back. And they start pushing everybody, and people start screaming. Imagine. Somebody said, no, let him go. I know him. He's from my neighborhood. They said, yeah, but you don't know he's a criminal. We're not letting the criminals drink today. Salam is going to say, oh Allah, they're from my ummah, they're Muslims, let them drink, because the angels going to be pushing people back. While they have prostration marks or the signs that they used to make wudu in this life. As every time you make wudu and you pray, on the day of judgment, that's going to be on your body as a mark, as a brand that you used to be a Muslim, washing and praying. Prophet going to see that on the day of judgment. Going to say, no, oh my Lord, they Muslim, they from my ummah. Allah going to tell him, and some scholars said the angels will tell him, you don't know what they invented after you, O Muhammad. You don't know what they changed in the religion after you, O Muhammad. You don't know what they made of innovation in the religion after you. So the issue of every good deed is a charity. This is a serious hadith, although it's small. But how does it impact our life? Do we take things lightly that are big and make it nothing? Do we take advantage of small things that will add up and make our scales of good deeds on the day of judgment very big? كل معروف صدقات لا يحقرن شيئا من المعروف. Don't take anything and belittle it from the good deeds. Don't belittle anything from the good deeds. Wallahi, brothers, they belittle giving the lady her marriage gift. Allah Muslim. And this is sad. And the Prophet mentioned that person, whether it's a little bit or a lot, he doesn't give that lady her marriage gift, he will come on the day of judgment in front of Allah Ta'ala as a person who did illegal intercourse. And we know the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. Jibril told them the punishment for them in the grave, they will be in a furnace. Imagine you in a furnace. Who wants to be in a furnace? Humans don't belong in a furnace. Going to be in something hot, contained, and the fire will rise. So that means as the fire rises, you're going to be pushed to the top. You get to the top, when you see the opening, you feel like I'm going to be pushed out to some relief, and then the fire is going to simmer down, and you're going to come back down and do that all over again. This is the punishment for the people who are people of zina. People who have relation with people who's not his wife, who's not his lawful mate, who's not her lawful husband. Because we also know the women, they in a situation that's bad too, but we're talking about the brothers as it relates to this issue. They're not giving the ma'ruf. It's right. The ma'ruf, in this case, giving the lady her marriage gift. This is what Allah Ta'ala ordered you. This is what the Prophet ﷺ commanded you. This is from Ar-Rijalu Qawwamuna 'ala Nisa. This is part of a man being an authority of a woman. Not lip service. And not that you just play a mind game and you got a woman here, a woman here, a woman here, subhanAllah. This is like the pimps in the street. Oh, a shek, or even worse than that. Because even them, they're not claiming these are their wives. Even them, they might give them what they want. How is it a Muslim? After hearing Sallam Kulu Ma'ruf and Sadaqat, every good deed is an act of charity. We let this go on. Well, kind of young, even if it be one day. How about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 months, a year, 2 months, 3 years, 5 years. Allah musta'an. So this, the Prophet ﷺ mentioned in serious hadith, every good deed is a charity. Don't take anything in the other hadith as something to be belittled. Even if it be someone smiling, this is a good deed. This is something big in the sight of Allah. Should not be disgraced, should not be discouraged, should not be talked about. This is from the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Doing those good deeds or from the likes of those things that will keep the Muslims from being at odds, having hostilities, boycotting one another, that will keep the families, the communities wholesome and together. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala yahfu anna kathir. Ask Allah to forgive us for much of what we do that's wrong. And ask Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala and yahdina ila sabili rashad. Ask Allah to guide us to the direction that will follow the truth. And ask Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala and yaj'alna min as-salihin ghayr al-zalimin. Ask Allah to make us from the righteous and not from the wrongdoers. And ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala la yu'adhibana bima fa'alna. Ask Allah to punish us for that which we do. Wa yaghfir lana dhunubana wa madha wa saddada akhta'ina. Ask Him to forgive us and to fix our wrongdoings. Innahu sami'ud du'a, innahu ala kulli shay'in qadir. He has the power to do all things. Verily is the one who is the invocation. Sallallahu wa sallam ala rasulih al-kareem wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Any questions, comments, corrections?
I have a question.
Fadlullah.
You're speaking about the dowry.
Yes.
Okay, then I have another question. You
Fadlullah.
said that no man should claim when a man wants to get married again, he shouldn't say, or is it wrong for him to say, it's my right?
Yes, it's wrong. This is more than wrong. This is iftira ala Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala wa rasul. Iftira means inventing a lie. And this invention,
But isn't it his right? Like, he can't
no,
do that?
I'm explaining. Insha'Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. This is some real heavy evil that's spread throughout the earth. And we see this a lot with the African American Muslims. And we don't want to divide, but we're talking for identity's sake. The foreigners, they have a thing they learned. I don't know where they got it from. It's not from Allah's book nor the Sunnah. They say, no, the lady don't get a mahr. We give her a gift. They said the mahr is something you hold. You get a lady a little something, but you hold a mahr. So if you ever divorce her, then you'll have something to give her that she can fall back on. This is bid'ah. This is nothing that Allah has ever told any nation. Hold back the lady's money in case something go wrong. She'll have something to fall back on. Just give her a gift. No. Where they get this from? And this is a lie. I witnessed this in the masjid, getting ready to marry a Yemeni guy in Durham, and the imam was Egyptian. He had me do the nikah, and when I said, what's the sadaq? They came with this nonsense, and I said, wow, you guys are both with this? Where y'all get this from? So that's the foreigners. As for the African Americans, you find us a lot with the issue of saying it's my right to take another wife. First of all, if something is a right, that means Allah legislated it. And if we making something a right, then that means we legislating it. So if someone says it's a right, then he have to find where Allah commanded him first. Allah didn't command you to marry. Even the scholars say the ayat where Allah said, "Fankihu ma taaba lakum min an-nisa." The origin of this ayat is that it is mubah. Marriage is allowed. The only time they change it from allowed, customary, to wajib, obligation, is when a man fears he's going to fall into illegal intercourse. Then they said that ayat for him becomes wajib. He has to get married. But from the conditions of marriage, he has to give the lady her marriage gift. And Allah commanded that. So if a man tries to play you, because he wants you to go along with it, he wants you to back up. So he says, sister, it's my right to take another wife. You bring them to me who say that, I'm going to punch him in his mouth. Unless he bring an ayat, I'm going to punch him right in his mouth. Because he know he don't have the ayat. But he gaming on the women. Because the lady, if she feel like, oh, it's your right, she don't have nothing to say. Because haqq in Islam means you have to do it. The word haqqun, somebody's haqq, that means it's a part of you. You addi ilayhim haqqahum. You have to give it to him. So she can't intervene if that was true. Then he going to say, sister, you should make it easy on the brother. Help me out. We're going to bring all of that trash in the name of, it's his right. No, this is making invention in the religion on Allah, lying on Allah, lying on his messenger, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Really, this is tashri'. He's making shirk because he's legislating something in Allah's deen that Allah didn't legislate. This is big. Wallahi, and the women have to become educated to these issues. The women can't stay asleep like sleeping stupid giants. La abadan. I'm not saying make a war in your house, but wallahi, it's already a war in some people's house. Mentally, physically, sexually, the lady can't eat. She's throwing up. She's sick. This, that, and the third. Well, all he can wave around is my right. And he marries somebody else. And he owes this lady. While she's working, she's sharing in the bills. Laysa min hara Islam shay'a. This don't have nothing to do with Islam. I know somebody going to say, we're in America, it's difficult, 50-50. Okay. If it's that bad, then how you go get another wife? If it's that bad, then how you go get another wife? And if he said, well, I'm going to give you your marriage gift, next week, next month, next year, and then he takes another wife, he ain't did it yet, how is he going to do it when he take another wife? I'm playing games. Playing games. Wallahi, this ain't the way of a Salaf Salih. Sahaba wasn't like this. And this, the ulama said, is khiyana. It's treachery. It's from the ayat of the munafiq. You playing with the religion. When you speak, you're lying. Number one. Wa'ada, you're making a promise you're going to do so. Wa'khalaf, you're breaking it. With a tumina khan, you got a responsibility, you don't uphold it. And then guess what? We're not talking about fajr. And when he argue about it, he going to go crazy. You wrong, he right. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? This is a big evil crime. And who was affected? The children, the woman, the close relatives, sometimes the imam. Because all this stuff comes to the imam. He got to deal with this trash. It's taken from his time, from his family, his recitation, his review of Quran, things he can be doing of the ma'ruf. Allah musta'an. And then you have the audacity. You really have the boldness to say, this is my right. Worse than that, some say this is the sunnah. Are you serious? The sunnah? Sunnah laman. Who? You can't even say this is the sunnah of Iblis. You can't even say the sunnah of shaitan. Where you get this from? Wallah musta'an. Nas'Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala yahdiyahum. May Allah guide them. And not give them what they deserve. Because what they deserve, Allah musta'an. Haram Allah alayhim jannah. They're going to go to the hellfire first unless Allah forgive them. And if that lady don't get a hot, Allah musta'an. Hukmu, yani, al-sadaq hukmu, ma'adayn. Ulama said the ruling for that also, when you don't get a lady her marriage gift, you got a debt on your head. What the Prophet do when the people died and they was going to pray? He said, have a debt with anybody? Allah must, this serious. She take care of you. She patient with you. You call all kind of names. Some brothers beat on them. Not every brother beat on them, but they think because I ain't beating on you, I ain't doing you that bad. For real? Mental abuse sometimes could be worse than physical. Some people learn to take, as they say, a whooping and bounce back. But physical, Allah musta'an. As if it ain't enough being Muslim in this day and time. In America, a Muslim woman, it ain't enough. Alhamdulillah, I hate this for Allah's sake. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rectify our affairs. Allah musta'an. So no, it is not the right of any man. It's an action of a man. It's a choice of a man with a good or bad consequence. But know for surety, it ain't nobody's right. You won't find it in no books of the people of knowledge. You won't even find an extreme Sufi saying something like that. Allah musta'an. Hasbunallah ni'mal wakeel. Any question? No, tafadhali.
So when you say, just so you can have the response, when people argue it is sunnah, Prophet Islam and more than one wife,
Nah.
what would be the response to say, well, it's not
Sunnah has a lot of terms. Sometimes sunnah means your belief. Sunnah has a lot of terms. Sometimes it means what you believe about Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, the angels, the messengers, the day of judgment, and so forth. Sometimes sunnah just means what the Prophet did and not his worship. Just if he ate with his right hand, if he cleaned himself with his left, if he used water to clean himself when he used the bathroom, sometimes that's considered sunnah. Other times sunnah is how he prayed and how he wore his clothes. So now, some will include marrying to be sunnah. But we understand وَلِكُلِّ قَوْلٍ مَقَامٍ. Every statement has its proper place. You mean to tell me the Prophet married a lady and didn't give her a marriage gift? Let's start with that. You saying the sunnah, how you marrying a lady and then giving her a marriage gift? And yeah, some scholars going to say you can do a deferred, this and that. Okay, I get that if it's Hajj. Hajj only comes once a year. But everything else have to be deferred to. And then some people have a track record. He married 5 women, 7 women, and none of them got a mahr, none of them got a marriage gift. That's sunnah. So there's conditions, there's foundations, there's obligations to marrying. It's just not to say it's sunnah, that's it. Number 2, the Prophet made sure his women had a place to stay. Some brothers marry women. There's no problem if a lady has a place and she says, listen, you can't afford me. You could come live with me. I just need a man to teach me and companionship. All right. But every man is going to be in that category. And wallahi, from the Islamic perspective, that's a weak perspective. Because unless that lady really has some real strong iman, the first time you do something wrong, she's going to say, this ain't your house. You know what? Get your bags. You know where you can go. Now it's hostilities. And that's lowering his manhood. But he lowered his own manhood when he moved in with that lady and he didn't have a pot nor a window, if you know what I mean. And when he had a way to do something. See, we're not talking about brothers don't have a way. He have a way and he won't do it because he want a free ride. And he want to say, well, I got another piece too. I got free. This is not a game. And some people didn't do this in Jahiliyyah. How you come to Islam, you think you can do this? Wallahi, I told one brother, if it was my warden, you didn't give her her marriage gift, we'll be fighting and I'm blind. You have to kill me or I kill you up in here. That's how serious this is. You understand me? And I hope don't no brothers come with that talk to me. I think they won't. I ain't with none of that. Keep it away from me. I don't want to hear it. If you can't get tazkiyah from your wife, and I know sometimes the wives, they might dog us a little bit, but if you're a good man, she ain't going to dog you. If your wife can't testify to your righteousness and you're being upright, then you ain't got nothing in my opinion. You understand me? So yeah, it's sunnah in the brother's own way and language and way that he wants to practice it. He ain't following the way of the Prophet. Then the first time he don't like it, or he feel the heat, or he realizes too much on it, because marrying a woman, you're talking about religiously, you got to be strong. Physically, you got to be strong. Mentally, you got to be strong. Sexually, you got to be strong. And you got to have some finances. First time he feel and see he in a hole, now he'll just divorce her. Then when his desires get strong enough again, because number one, he looking all over the place. He ain't lowering his gaze. In public, private, on the internet, at school, work, wherever, in the store, he ain't lowering his gaze. I guess you do have to have another woman. He ain't pleased what he got because he looked into something else. Then when desires get strong, he just do it again. It's my right. I got it. It's the sunnah. It lasts for a while. It die down. Divorce her. And worse than that, say, sister, well, if you don't like it, just, get a khullah. How you going to tell a lady that? You can't tell a lady, take a khullah. That shows the ignorance of some people while they claim they know so much. Khullah is for the lady. When she can't stand to live with you. Not you tell her, get a khullah. Why? So you don't have to pay no maintenance in the iddah period, and you ain't paying nothing anyway. It's a game. A dangerous game. Wallahi, maybe the Shaikh will do something, a conference or something. Wallahi, this is a real serious issue. You know how many calls, how many texts, how many situations, how many counseling sessions, how many hours, how many tears, how many, upset, ready to strangle the brother over this issue. As they say, over the top. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel. Wallah, the brothers have to fear Allah. It's as if the brothers have an aqidah like the nation or the Jehovah Witness. Heaven and hell is just two conditions here on earth. That's what they say. The Nation of Islam and the Jehovah Witness and others. Heaven and hell is not a place you're gonna go when you die. It's two conditions. If you got everything at your disposal, say, man, I'm in heaven. If things are difficult, man, I'm in hell. That's it. It's if the brothers have this belief. And they pray with us every day around the world. And this is what they believe. Their actions show, as the Shaikh said in the khutbah, actions speak louder than words. No, sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel. Naam. هكذا وهو أعظم درجات خيانة. This is the highest level because now he broke. And for the brother, he should be making tawbah and grateful, although he's still going to meet Allah with that. See, that's what we think, like boyfriend and girlfriend, it's over, I go about my business now. That thing's still with Allah. Like the Shaykh in the Salah, he was reading, look at what you're doing, because that thing will be waiting on you on the day of judgment. It's over between you and that lady. You think it's over between you and Allah? No. You ain't make no tawbah. You still owe her. You slandering her probably. Oh, she was just in that. That's why I had to let her go. She didn't have no modesty. She wasn't that good. She didn't do this. She didn't do that. Allah musta'an. Yeah, you broke her. So that's a higher level of treachery. And the brother better hope that he don't push the lady to insanity. How many cases you heard the lady try to hold on, she acting and faking normal, but she ain't normal. Then she flipped, stab him to death. Then she flipped, shoot. These are real live stories. Happen with the Muslim. Lady have a miscarriage. Carry your babies. Take care of you. Some brothers go to jail. The women do the prison bid with him, meaning she going to jail, visiting him. Then the lady lose the baby and the brother go get another wife. You can't go get no another wife and your wife just had a miscarriage, fool. You don't know the type of post-traumatic syndrome she's in. She lost a baby, a part of her. And then it take time for the heal. You come on, her baby. I just went, to this place and that place and got married, alhamdulillah. She killed them. She shot him. And the courts ruled insanity. Are you serious? And he had a lot of money. This brother was taking care of his business. He gave the marriage gift. But guess what? A stupid fool made a stupid move. That ain't no ma'ruf. It's like your son dying. You come home after the janazah and tell your wife, I got married again. Is that thinkable to anybody? Lady have a miscarriage. Your child. Ain't no telling if it's the second, the third, the fourth. And you come the next day and say, I got married to another woman. She just lost it. She didn't even know where she was. She went and got the gun and killed her. Muslim. Good Muslim. Bad dude. Bad deed. Good Muslim, bad deed. The opposite of ma'ruf. Allah musta'an. These are serious issues. May Allah help us. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Finish.